Hey y'all, it's Medicine Vibes. Hope I'm right on time to deliver this message. This is a collective, so please feel free to flip the energies as you need. This video is for all signs. Before we get into the read, anybody sending negative energy to the collective, that is rejected. So, this is a possible Scorpio. I'm hearing they tried to mark you with death, but you're the exact opposite. There is some documentation, a death certificate, proof of someone passing. These people didn't even bother to say anything about it. They didn't even tell you that your father had passed and that they had something to do with it. And that they set these laws in place and put all types of spiritual blockages in place so that you would not be able to return the energy back to them. I believe these people are afraid. A true deep fear. Because how could you take away someone's father, treat them like a slave for years, and then when that person is fully grown up, you pretend like nothing happened, and then try to send a hitman after them when they're supposed to get the money for the life insurance policy? This is a situation where, almost like indentured servitude, you paying off a debt for what someone else did. And it's in the Bible too, this story. They put a lot of fancy language in there so that you wouldn't be able to see past what they were doing. But somebody was interfering here with the timeline. They're claiming that you're a dark witch and that you do black magic and all of this other stuff. But they did this after years and years of grooming an entire society to believe that being in tune with your natural self and being in tune with the world, which is how humans were originally meant to be, to have dominion over the world, to have dominion over the earth. But somewhere along the way, humans got disconnected. There was a father here that was unalived by maybe a military pursuit. Could have been a battle. And during this battle, this father the children were meant to pay for his sins. There is some maniacal leader here. Somebody is truly a maniac. This is what they're hoping to prove. They're using a psychic's abilities to basically turn the psychic against themselves. And the psychic knows and set parameters in place to make sure that their agenda never happens. I mean, I heard somebody say she might be blind now, but she won't be blind for long. Somebody was held for ransom. Yeah. Somebody was held for ransom. And then they were going to they used mental manipulation to try to get this person to work with them, but that didn't work either. This is why we've been seeing these people hire people to date this specific woman. They have found a way to get past the system, because the system was put in place to ensure. See, they thought that he had passed on, but he didn't. Someone succeeded him and put a system in place for years and years and years to ensure the safety of their child. This father here who died during this battle. The system is sufficient to protect this daughter. I'm seeing they also unalived the queen as well, and several of the sons and daughters of this family unit. I'm seeing that these people burned down a village. And it's all out of jealousy. Someone here is in spiritual jail and they want to get let out. But the truth of the matter is, someone needs to wake up. They did some type of mental manipulation so that you wouldn't know what you went through and the battles that you won. They didn't want this king or this queen to stand up. And they didn't want them to fight back either. That's why they brought them to this time, to try to take from them. They know that they have special psychic abilities. They wanted to use this person as a lab rat so that they would be able to figure out how they have these abilities and where they're coming from, so that they can copy and paste over and over again. They're trying to create this ultimate army. But that won't work either. This type of power was only meant for a small amount of people, the 144. This protection method went so far as to DNA sequencing. So once again, only this specific type of DNA will allow this type of psychic ability. This is why they were sending people, like I said, to date you, Queen, because they were trying to get your DNA. They wanted your blood. They wanted the body that you have. They wanted your abilities. But there was spiritual protections put in place for that too. So only people allowed through this portal are the ones who are from the family. In spirit, they are all waiting to come through a spiritual portal. They could have assaulted this woman, this queen, trying to force their way in so that they could get the essence of her, but that didn't work either. And even when it did work, the father that they said they unalived came through. His soul, anyway. The people who have this insurance policy, they're a part of some type of secret KJB, whatever, some type of unit, some type of military unit. They're still alive and they still are working their agenda. But it's about to be put down. Meaning whatever agenda they have, they don't even know who gave them commands. The commands come from these kings and queens. true power. So now that the mission has failed, these specific soldiers are being decommissioned from their agenda, per se. If they had an agenda to try to unalive this queen, it's over with now. And the energy has been returned back. There is nothing that these people will be able to do to get away from karma. And that's the truth. Because it's like they saying that these kings and queens was using black magic to control the people, but the truth of the matter is that's nowhere near the case. Those people genuinely wanted to help. These kings and queens, they know how to delegate. Birds here out here confirming. Either way, they wanted you to forget your name, queen. They wanted you to forget everything about who you are, where you come from, and how strong and capable you are. They wanted you to stop taking care of yourself so that they could say that you have mental health issues. These people tried to put you in jail. They tried to tire you out. They tried to, they may have even tortured you to try to give a truth, but this happened in the past. They've been using different methods to try to get the truth out of you so that they can have proof. Of their travels, is what I'm hearing. You have psychic abilities, and people hear you over the waves, over these spiritual waves in this spiritual street. They hear you, your kingdom. These are the 144,000. They all have psychic abilities, and they all have been watching and protecting their queen. Like, there's really nothing that these one or two little agents are going to be able to do, to be honest, because the rest of their agents have already been decommissioned and realigned to a new path. That would work better for them anyway. It's like they thought that they was finna travel back in time, take a king's daughter, and come back and think that the king wasn't gonna be able to figure this out. Like, they weren't kings for no reason. They were appointed by God. It's in the Bible. And God said, let no man separate what I put together. The strongest warriors. It's just interesting how these people tried all of this, but it's failing. Failing. Everything they're trying is failing. Now they're trying to, whoever it is that they're trying to send this hitman out. They're trying to basically create a history of mental health issues. There's documentations of school things, issues, and stuff like that. They commission someone so that this person, when they do whatever they're supposed to do, that they'll get off of it by insanity. This is what they're hoping that they'll be able to rule. It has to be real. But that's gonna fail too. Anyways, y'all, that's what I had. I'll be back.